down in Langley, late at night. Smart old guys, they play it right. Captain Fun Bobby leads the charge. Silky mitts, Johnny gunshots coming large. Buddy in the slide, all the Chris's in a row. Nighthawks battle, it's a 2-1 show. Jackals, Jackals, rolling down the line. 10:30 puck drop, leaving sleep behind. Jackals, Jackals, no! Every day's Lloyd's birthday here. Whoppers and Fresca raise a cheer. Don't forget a shower beer. Check Pap's beard for lost gear. Jackals, Jackals, rolling down the line. 10:30 puck drop, leaving sleep behind. Jackals, Jackals, Jackals. Langley Twin Rinks, empty seats. Chili and buns, Christmas eats. A Chargers hat for tailgate. Nachos for the lady bing. Jackals, Jackals, rock and roll train. Jackals, Jackals, you can't stop the rain. Jackals.
Jackals TV is back for the final time of the winter 25-26 season. As the Jackals have gone as far as you can, they've made it to the championship game here of the 30-plus D1C division. The division was created out of another division of 8 teams, the bottom 4 teams getting to compete in their own separate playoffs. And so that is what these teams are from that bottom pool. Steers on the left side of your screen wearing green is the team that the Jackals will be playing, and they finished 7th in the regular season. Jackals finishing 8th, so this is actually a battle for the championship in this division from the 2 bottom dwelling teams during the regular season. And these teams only played each other once in the regular season, just a quirk of the schedule after the Jackals got lowered down to this division mid-season. That game against the Steers was a victory for the Jackals, 3-2, so the Steers will be searching for a measure of revenge in this game. As far as the roster goes for the Jackals, they are out a number of players. Gary Pable, unable to play. Chris Weeger, Bruce, John, and David, all off the roster here today. Those 5 players down. 1 spare into the lineup, that's being Mark Hogan. He's the only available spare to play. So the Jackals will be playing with just 11 skaters in this game. They'll be running 8 forwards and 3D. Trevor is going to get the start in net here for this 1-game final. And with that, let's head to the first period. And this is going to be a first period where the ice is heavily tilted in the Steers' favor. Here comes the first chance up the right side of the ice. Backhand shot on net. Trevor leans over towards the post, makes the save. Steers now holding the puck in along the right wall. Move around Chris Marshall there, then throwing it towards the back door. Gets blocked, but it goes right to a defender coming in, and he rips it high on the glove side, but Trevor turns it aside. The Steers continuing their assault, coming in again, pushing the defenders back. Throw this puck on net. Trevor makes a save. The rebound skips in front, and it goes to the high player there from the Steers, and he shovels that on net with a backhand, but it goes wide. Jackals looking for any offense here. Here comes Jeremy down the left side. He's going to throw this out front to Jason Davis, who's alone in front. He sweeps it towards the net, but looks like that hits the defender and then skips wide of the net. But that's just a brief respite from defending for the Jackals, so now they're back in their own zone. Chris Duhar looks like he's going to get this puck out, but his stick gets checked just right at the line, gets turned over, and then 16's going to pick it up and is allowed to walk right down Main Street into the high slot and rip it home past the glove side. And the Steers have opened this scoring here in the final. It's 1-0. Off the ensuing face-off, the puck's going to get one back to Darryl, and his breakout pass attempt is going to bounce off the shin guards of that forechecker, and he comes in alone on net, but Trevor stands tall and knocks the puck in behind the net. Time winding down in the period. Darryl's going to have the puck up here to Jared, and we're going to show this. It's significant because it is the primary and only shot by the Jackals here in the first period, getting outshot 10-1 and down 1-0. And shot number 11 for the Steers is going to come quickly off the opening faceoff of the second period. This player is going to go wide around Darryl, try to drag it in front, but Trevor's got a poke, check, and a pad to keep that puck out. But in the course of that happening, Darryl reaches in and hooks onto that Steers player. So that's going to send the Steers to the power play. Steers are going to come on the attack on yet another 3-on-2, and again they delay and move across the ice, and that creates this shooting lane, but Trevor's there to turn it aside. So power play still continuing for the Steers. They're deep in their own zone. This pass up through the neutral zone is a poor one. It's going to be right on Aaron's stick, who's just going to slap this towards the net, and the camera is not going to catch it, but you can see by Mark's reaction, that hops just before the goaltender and skips through him, I believe through the 5-hole, and the Jackals have a shorthanded goal and have tied this game up 1-1. Power play does continue though, and here we see the trademark play by the Steers to come in, push the D back, and then cut across the middle, and they throw that towards the net. A nice little kick save from Trevor to keep it out, and then it's cleared down the ice by Aaron. So Jackals successfully killed the penalty, and then there's a nice little play by Darwin to get the puck through on net, but it gets cleared away. Here's Bob's attempt to put the puck through to the net, gets blocked, and then it gets chipped over him, and we see a rare 4-on-1 back the other way. It gets turned into a 3-on-1. There's a shot, save from Trevor. He's also got the rebound and a third crack at it from in front by the Steers, so some nice play by Trevor to keep this game 1-1. Here's Bob looking for some redemption after giving up that 4-on-1, standing up along the wall, then picking up the puck, driving down the wall, then looking to cut back towards the middle, and his skate gets locked up with the defender's skate, and he gets tripped up, drawing the penalty and sending the Jackals to an important power play here with the score tied. Darwin winding up within his own zone, cutting around that forechecker. He cruises across the line, and as he enters the zone, he gets tripped up, and so the Jackals are going to have a brief 5-on-3 power play. So brief, in fact, that it's already over, and now it's a 5-on-4 power play for the Jackals, and it's going to be a shorthand opportunity for the Steers, going in on the right side, sweeping it towards the net. Trevor turns it away, however, and the power play continues. Mark gains the line, putting it over to Jer, who's going to whip that towards the net. Goalie gets a piece of it. It's in behind the net now. Bob comes down the half wall, puts it over to Daryl on the left point, and the Jackals have some pressure. Daryl throws it towards the net. It's tipped by Mark down, and then he lunges for the rebound as well. And it gets pushed back around over to Bob, who's going to again throw it over to Daryl. Give it over to Mark along the wall. He throws that towards the net. Goalie covers it, and watch as Chris Marshall comes in. He's going to get bumped by the defender of the Steers, and they're each going to take exception to that. There's going to be some pushing and shoving, and they're both going to get sent to the box, 2 minutes each. So the power play continues for the Jackals. However, again, it's going to be the Steers that are going to get the offensive opportunity here. Shorthanded, this player picks it up at the line and then walks in, goes glove. Trevor lowers the hand down, catches it, and nullifies the opportunity. The power play time for the Jackals does continue, though, and a nice read by Darwin to pick that off at the point and then walk in and get a shot on net that gets turned off to Rob in the corner. So we go to the third period. Power play is complete. Still 1-1. Steers coming down the right side. Going to throw this towards the front of the net. It's tipped on net there by the player in front, but turned aside again by Trevor. Here's Rob winning an offensive zone draw back to Daryl, and as Daryl shoots it, Rob gets cross-checked down to the ice, feet going out from underneath him. Maybe a little bit of help on Rob's part. No call by the referee. It's going to be the Steers down the right side, back to this player, and he directs that towards the net. Blocker save from Trevor. Daryl picks it up in front of his own net and is going to go back the other way. End-to-end hockey here. 1-1, looking for a game-winning goal somewhere in this game. Daryl's going to hold on to it, throw it out to Rob, who shoves it towards the net. It's behind the goaltender, or at least the goaltender thinks it is. But we're going to check this out on the replay and see that the shot from Rob hit the goaltender's blocker, landed in front of him. He thought it was behind him. He was searching for him. It was just sitting there on the ice there. You can see it on the ice just in front of the pads. And here comes Lloyd and Lade looking to poke that in. And as he does, he runs into the goaltender, falls down a bit. And watch that defender number 2 in front here. He's going to give Lloyd a cross-check as if Lloyd had anything else he could have done there as the goaltender took his feet out. But the calmer heads are going to prevail, and it's still 1-1. Steers now picking the puck up along the wall in their own zone. Going to come lugging through center ice with it. There's a bit of a gap there between the Jackals defenders, and that guy goes through it, throws it on net with a backhand, but the well-worked-out blocker of Trevor makes another save. Puck is along the wall, and as that player goes to play it, he gets shoved by Daryl from behind, takes a dramatic fall into the boards, but that's going to be a penalty to Daryl here with about 4 minutes left here in a tie game. And so the Steers are going to take a timeout, discuss what they want to do to try and find the winning goal in this game. Jackals trying to figure out how to defend it. And this initially looks like a defensive gem to help on the penalty kill there, as Jason Davis had it at the line, but then he couldn't pick it up, and then gets turned over and walked in, and there's one shot towards the net. It bounces off Trevor, off a Steers player, and then as Trevor swipes it towards the corner. It's going to go off the leg of a third Sturs player. So there's the initial save. There's the rebound that gets kicked over, and as Trevor moves it across that player, it's off his leg and in, and he's going to celebrate like he's Theron Fleury winning the Stanley Cup, but it is a 2-1 lead for the Steers. So we're down to just a minute left with the Jackals trying to find a goal, and watch in front of the net. Chris Marshall is engaged with the Steers defender. It's going to be both players that are going to head to the box, though, so no power plays for either team coming out of that play. So about 45 seconds left on the clock here, down by 1. The Jackals call their timeout now and discuss how they can get level on the score sheet. And as this puck is laying loose in the circle, Mark goes to get it, and you can see he's blatantly hooked as he's about to pick that loose puck up. No call from the referee. So now we're down to just 20 seconds left in the game. Jackals on their last rush, putting the puck towards the net. It's in behind the net. It starts thrown out front, bouncing around, and Mark had a chance at it there, but it gets chipped past him, and this Steers player is going to move up the right side of the screen until he can slide that into the yawning cage. Empty net goal to salt this one away. It's going to be a 3-1 victory for the Steers. So the Jackals did manage to keep the game close and give it a run despite being outshot 31-12 in the game. They just ran out of gas and couldn't get it through to the overtime session. Well, a quick look at the stats for the game. Obviously not a lot to see, just that one shorthanded goal from Aaron that was unassisted from their own side of the center ice. Good game there from Trevor, though, in net to help the Jackals keep it close. So let's have a look at the final stats for the playoff season for the Jackals here. Aaron having an excellent playoff run with 3 goals and an assist in their 3 games. You see Gary and Daryl also putting in 3 points and an excellent outing in the 2 games that Trevor played. So that's it for another season. The Summer League season is not that far away, starting in early May. So we'll be back soon with more Jackals exploits. Until then, enjoy the off season.